Hello, okay, hello everyone. We are back with Girls Chat. We were having a little technical difficulty. I'm about to try it again. Okay, now I'm gonna share it to the group.
Okay.
All right, so does it show we live? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, it does.
All right, so sorry about that. I'm not really sure what's happening, but you know how it is with technical difficulties. So we're gonna just I'm gonna make sure we live. Let me go to my page. Let me just make sure. Does it still show live, Sheena?
Yep. It still shows live.
All right, so we just let me know then. All right, we're back. We're gonna try it again. Let me slow it down and come at it from a different angle. Good evening once again. I am Tanisha R. Atkins. Okay, let me make sure here. Hold on. All right. So good afternoon. I'm Tanisha R. Atkins. I think I need to have this page open, and that may be why it's doing it. All right, so thank you all so much for being patient with us this evening while we work out our kinks. So I'm Tanisha R. Atkins. I am the CEO of Divas Incorporated, and this is my group, the Confident Woman brand, which is affiliated with Divas Incorporated. The Confident Woman brand, excuse me, the Confident Woman brand is actually the mentorship part of the corporation, and so I'll be telling y'all a little bit about that later. But this is Girls Chat. This is our third time, so Lord, please let us be able to work out our kinks on today. I have joining me Mrs. Sheena Johnson. Sheena, go ahead and greet the people one more lovely time.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sheena Johnson, the 24-hour entrepreneur with 24-hour entrepreneur, and I'm so very excited to be on Girls Chat today, just to talk about some business and entrepreneurship, and just some girls chat about, being in business. So thank you so much for having me, Miss Confident Coach.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I definitely hope that we can stay live this time. Well, let me start the
Mhm.
conversation off this way. Last week on Girl Chat, we talked about friendships. And I wanted to come in and say for those of you that tuned in, I had some time to kind of meditate on the conversation throughout the week. And I wanted to make this comment as a like kind of a way of catching up or what you call it, like I don't want to say catching up because for those that didn't get whatever the word is, I can't think right now because these technical difficulties are making me upset. So let me calm down. Just so, let me catch us up or kind of whatever to let me start on. I think I'm going a little too fast. I want to come back and say this about last week's episode. We talked about friendships, and I want to say this just as a part of what we talked about last week because we were talking about how important it is to have the right people around you. And so I had some time this week to meditate on that conversation. And
Mhm.
one of the things that really stood out to me about that conversation, the thing is, none of our friends are the same. I think sometimes we get caught up thinking that every friend is the same and that every
Right.
friend has to behave the same way that the other friend behaves because sometimes we get mad when certain friends don't clap for us. We get mad when they don't, show up and support. But throughout my meditation this week, this is something that came to me about that. Not everybody in your circle is a clapper. Some
Hmm.
friends in your circle are your pray friends. Those are the people that when you're going through something, these are
Yes.
the people that you call to pray you through. Now,
Yes.
these same people may not clap for you because these same people may be going through stuff themselves. And I'm really glad that God really take this off. I'm really glad that God, had that conversation with me, because sometimes that's something that can bother me. The whole friendship thing. I don't know. As women, I think it's something that does bother us. Because we want the
Yeah.
right people around us. We want people that love us and support us. But just because they don't clap for you, that doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means maybe they got something going on themselves and they don't feel like clapping right now. They don't feel like saying,
Or
go ahead, Sheena.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm
This
sorry.
girl
Go
said,
ahead.
we don't have no form. Go ahead.
Okay. Or also, it may not even be that they have something going on. That's just not their position
Right.
in your life. That's just not their position in your life.
That's a good way to
If
look
you
at
have
it.
a friend that's a praying friend, like, okay, I have a friend that holds me accountable. I have a friend that's my support friend. I have a friend that's a praying friend. I can't get upset if my friend that I go to in prayer to pray for me or to whatever, if I can't get upset if she don't show up at an event. I can't get upset if she doesn't I can't get upset if she doesn't show up at an event, or maybe she didn't purchase my book as quickly as the support
Right.
friend, because that's not her role. Her role is to go into prayer for me, to pray that
Yeah.
I'm able to have this event, or to
Come
pray
on
through
now.
that I'm able to stay sane, or to pray me through it or help me through. Or this friend that's my accountability partner, she may be the friend to remind me how to stay up on things, hold me to the accountability that, hey, you know what, that was out of character, don't do that anymore, or maybe you shouldn't have done that. That doesn't mean she doesn't love me or she
That's
doesn't
good.
support me. That just means that's not her role in my life. But my support friend, she may not hold me accountable. She don't
That's
care what I
right.
do. I can get out here and act petty and act crazy, and she can pump me up in that area, because that's just her role. She just support, and I'm here for you, and I'm gonna support you, girl. I'm gonna buy what you got. I'm gonna show up to what you have going on. But she's not gonna hold me accountable, because that's not her role to hold me accountable.
Absolutely. And that's it right there, Sheena. You hit it right there. It's like I just had some time to meditate on that this week. And it's just, your friends are not the same. You have your clappers, we have your prayers, we have your pushers, you have your motivators, you have your wild, crazy, I'll do anything with you, friend. So put them in categories and understand their role in your life. Don't get mad at the prayers for not clapping. Don't get mad at the clappers for not praying, is basically what we're saying. So I wanted to come
Yeah.
back and touch up on that, because we had a lot of people to tune in last week. And that, I like to meditate on things and roll them around my brain, have a conversation with God, see what He has to say about it. And so that was just out of my meditation. So take that, apply that where it's needed. Now let's keep it moving for today. Today we're talking about success with the 24-hour entrepreneur queen over here, Miss Business Extraordinaire, Miss Strategic Get It Down Planner. On top of her business, Miss Sheena Johnson. Now she is the CEO of 24-hour entrepreneur. So Sheena, I know you've
Yes.
done this already. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties. I was a little flustered at first because I hate technical difficulties because I'm a perfectionist,
That's
but
okay.
I'm getting over myself. So pray for me. So, so Sheena, can you tell everybody, what is 24-hour entrepreneur? What do you do? How'd you come up with that? And there's no form. We're not politically correct. We are just two girls chatting. So go ahead.
Having girl things. Yeah. No, so I was in business. I've been an entrepreneur since about 2014, and I've had like a really rocky road with entrepreneurship. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I started off in hair and skincare, and then I went to transportation. I tried to do a lot of different things. And just in my experience and process of being an entrepreneur or business owner, I made a lot of different mistakes. I did not go to school for business. Not that going to school for business teaches you everything about business. I believe
Right.
that the experience that you gain teaches you, but there are some things that school could have taught me and different things anyway going forward in about
Right.
business. So I made a lot of mistakes, and there are a lot of things and a lot of the education that I did not have being a business owner going into business. And so in that, I made a lot of wrong choices. I made a lot of right choices, but some of the education was gone. And so I wanted to create a platform for business owners to be able to come together, celebrate each other, one, to gain the experience and the knowledge, you know, in entrepreneurship, and the support. Because a lot of times, some are working 9 to 5, some are in the corporate world, some are just struggling entrepreneurs. And then a lot of people have families now early, get married, and there's really no time to go sometimes to school, which you can make time to go to school, but some things you can't teach,
That's just not everybody's journey, like
that's
it's just not everybody's journey. It's basically what you're saying. Some
it's
people
not
take
everybody, and
it for a year.
exactly. And college was not my journey. I did try and I dropped out. But if there was a class that I could take to teach me how to bookkeep properly, if that was a class that can teach me how to get my mind set and straight on business, and how to think a different way versus thinking, oh, okay, let me, just do this and jump out there. If there was a class to teach me how to strategically plan, teach me how to set my finances in order when it comes to the capital that's coming in and the capital that's going out. And I said, I did not have that, but I would like to create a platform. If I'm not able to teach somebody something, I can bring people in to be able to teach entrepreneurs these things. People who are seasoned in their fields and who have been in business, and just have a love and a passion to be able to give back to other entrepreneurs. So there came 24-hour entrepreneur. I had been doing transportation, and I'd say, I want to do something else to be able to help and give back. So that's when 24-hour entrepreneur was born, birthed, founded, how you say it. And so it's basically a platform created to educate entrepreneurs and business owners on, the foundation of business. And that can mean so many different things,
Right.
It's just a platform to educate and celebrate and support business owners.
But Sheena, the thing that I love about 24-hour entrepreneur is that it's so needed, because let me tell you what's happening. So many people are just jumping into business because they wake up one day on the right side of the bed and say, "Oh, I got an idea. I want to sell t-shirts." You go print your t-shirt, you post your t-shirt online, you sell a couple, but then it never goes no further than that because you don't know what to do. So a lot of people quit and say, well, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe that was just me going off a whim. And excuse me, it's not necessarily that, it doesn't mean necessarily that was the issue. It just means you need to back up a little bit. Did you research the t-shirt company? And a lot of people are just quitting and giving up because I feel like they don't know what it takes to run a business. And you may not know all the logistics of what to do, but there are some things mentally, spiritually, emotionally that you need to prepare yourself for. There's a
Yeah.
lot. Let me tell you something. It's so much work in entrepreneurship. And even myself, I just had no idea how much it's a lot of work. I'm like sleepy a lot of times. I'm like, oh my God, I have to push. When I'm tired, I have deadlines and I get cranky. And I'm like, forget this. Like, you have those moments, don't you think, Sheena?
Yeah, you do have those moments. And I think it's just because we live in a society. We live in a society where everything is like microwavable, like,
Mm,
oh, you want to put it in the microwave and you want it to be ready, and you want to take it out and you want to eat it and it's done and it's fast. You don't want to take the time to marinate it. You don't want to take the time to look up the different spices. You don't want to take the
yeah.
time to do whatever it is it takes to make this meal a good meal. You want it quick, fast, and right now. And I think with entrepreneurship and business, a lot of people want to just say, oh, I got an idea, let me go do it, and that's that, and I'm gonna do it. And I do encourage people, hey, if you want a business, go out on the limb, step out on faith and do it. But I think that when people say go ahead and do it, I think that that person's mind automatically thinks, oh, I'm just gonna jump out there and do it.
And it's
But
gonna
since
work. And
just
it's gonna work. I'm gonna sell a million t-shirts.
Right,
Right off
we were saying, oh, take step by step and do it. We're saying, yeah, do it, but we're saying do it in the mind frame of prepare, plan, get yourself mentally prepared, get yourself spiritually prepared, build up your inner man. These are the things that you have to do. We want you to do it. We encourage you to do it. But
Yeah,
first,
definitely.
take those steps so that when you do go into it and do it, you can understand it. My husband always says, there's entrepreneurs, there's workers, and then there's pretenders.
Whoa.
And I think a lot of times there are a lot of people who want to be in business, and those are the pretenders. They want to be in business, but they just want to look like, oh, they want to post the nice pictures in the nice fancy cars. They want to dress in the nice, luxury clothes, and they want to take the nice, polished pictures and present a perception. But they don't want to go through the nitty gritty and the hard and the sleepless nights and the bad decision making and the mistakes and the going back and the loss and the risk. But going into entrepreneurship, you got to be ready to take the risk. You got to be ready to take a loss. You got to be ready to take a
Yeah.
hit. You got to be ready to be knocked down. That doesn't mean that you're not cut out for it. That just means you're built for it because you stayed in the ring. Like boxers, they get hit, they get beat up, but they stay the
Yeah.
whole round. They stay to the end, and they get beat up pretty badly.
Yeah, you're right. And that's not always easy to keep picking yourself back up when you get knocked down because I use t-shirts for an example, but there's like a million people selling t-shirts today. You got to get in there and work
Mhm.
that thing and find your niche with the t-shirts.
Yeah,
That might be a billion
yeah,
dollar idea, but what's your niche? And a lot of entrepreneurs jump in the game and just say, well, I'm going to do it how Sheena did it. I'm going to do it how
yeah,
this one did. That may not be your route. So you might
yeah.
walk in the exact same steps that Sheena walked in. And then you don't get nowhere, but Sheena's way down the line. But nobody told you to walk exactly in her footsteps. But it's okay to use her to say, okay, these are some of the foundational things that she did to start that business. But you gotta find your way. It just takes a lot, not I'm
No,
definitely don't want to scare nobody and say don't jump into
no,
entrepreneurship, but
no. Do
I'm just finding out the
jump.
truth for me. Sheena helped me with that. I ain't gonna lie, she did.
No, do jump into it. Do jump into entrepreneurship. But like you said, don't try to do it the way somebody else did it because it's so easy to try to go in the same field as somebody and then
Hmm.
you kind of mimic. And then you forget all about your brand and your reasoning and your why because you so focused on what somebody else is doing, it starts to turn into what they're doing. Not that it's on purpose, not just that you're copycatting, but you're seeing, okay, well, that's working for them. But no, what works for somebody may not work for them. And I had to realize that what God blessed somebody with, that's their blessing. I
Right. That's
can't
good.
come and say, oh, like I take it for transportation because I see it every day. Oh, they got this lane. They have this work and it's good. It pays good. Well, I'm in the same field. Let me go. I want to get what they have. How can I get what they have? But it's not about how you can get what they have. You gotta ask God and you gotta work and do what it is it, that God has for you to do for
Yes.
you to be successful.
Yes. That's it,
You know,
Sheena. There's a reason why God put that business on your heart. And I always encourage people when you're doing something, you should find out why. You should ask God, why did you give me this t-shirt idea? Why did you give me this 24-hour entrepreneur? Because when you connect to that why will blow your mind. That why, and see,
yeah,
you have to
it,
learn that, and
it
you
will
may not always
because
know
I
that.
had to struggle with that.
Go ahead, Sheena. Did you freeze on me?
Sit, sit.
Okay, Sheena
One second.
froze on me for a second. Okay, so we were talking about, so you might have to, when you start entrepreneurship, you may not know the why. All you know is that you have this idea. It looks like it can make a lot of money, for some people. And so you may not exactly start off knowing the why. So you got to keep walking or keep taking those steps. The idea is
Mhm.
get on that idea. Don't just wait to find out, well, why am I getting on the idea? Go in there, start getting your hands with it as you continue to walk. all the pieces start coming together, then you understand why. There's just certain puzzle pieces that you have to pick up in entrepreneurship. Nobody just starts at the finish line. You got to keep walking, taking those steps, picking up puzzle pieces. That may be the why, the who, the what. As you move forward and as those things begin to come in place, those things start to set you up for success. And so a lot of people just don't have that. You're
Yes.
talking about success. It takes a lot, but you have to pick you can't get to the puzzle pieces until you start walking. But go ahead, Shin. I'm gonna let you finish your
Yeah.
thoughts. I know you were on a thought.
I don't even know. That's true, and I think about when you say you got to find your why. I remember speaking with someone recently and they just was saying, um, I had like, I started this, but I mean, why do I need a why? And so
Mhm.
I just said, well, okay, well, let's not even talk about your why. Let's talk about like business. Okay.
Mhm.
How's business going? Oh, it's going okay. I wish I had more sales. Oh, okay. You wish you had more sales? I said, so what are you doing to get more sales? Well, I'm just posting and, I'm just hoping people like it. I said, okay. Okay. So why would I shop with you versus shopping with somebody else? Um, I don't know. I mean, you can shop wherever you want to, but the thing is, you can't think like that. You have to think, why would somebody shop with me? What value am I adding? What am I doing for them? What am I changing for them? How am I adding to my potential customer's life?
That's right.
How am I adding to my potential customer's life to have them come back?
You have to be able to answer those questions. When you talk about entrepreneurship, you have to know what problem you're solving. If you want people to buy your product or your merchandise or subscribe to your business, people want to know what problem you're going to solve in my life. And if
Mhm.
you can't define it, don't expect these people to open up their purse, wallet, nothing, bank account to you because they look to you. Oh, I dropped my phone. They look to you like you're just another bill collector. But if
And
I have a problem,
yeah, that you can solve. And it doesn't have to be a great big problem. It doesn't
right,
have to be a great big problem. You could solve a problem as little as, you have jewelry that, is hypoallergenic or whatever, and it's affordable,
mhm,
Um everybody on veganism now, and the it's also affordable and it's vegan, it's come
right.
from, recycled stuff, like just solving those little problems, because you know what, and then that goes into, that's who your target market is. People who want to be super, you know save the earth, super green, and this,
Right.
you're solving a simple problem for them. I have shirts that is pure 100% organic. I
Mhm.
have jewelry that's pure 100% recycled or whatever, because those are different niches. Those are different
That's it.
categories of people who look for just that kind of stuff. People who look just for organic shirts.
That's
But
see.
not that, oh, I just
You're
like
so
shirts and I
right.
have some cute wording on there and everybody's signing it, you know.
You're
But
right.
it's people out here that love all kind of different things. So who
That's
am I
it.
going to speak to specifically?
Yes, I always tell my clients, because I work with clients, and I always tell them there's somebody who you're specifically assigned to in this world. Somebody is waiting
Mhm,
specifically on your voice for them to move. There may be a million
mhm.
people around them telling them the same thing, but until they hear your voice, because they are your
Yes.
assignment. And so I always teach them that. Like, don't ever hold back and think that the gifts and talents that you have don't matter. Like, no, you have those gifts and talents for a reason. And I just want to share this because we started kind of talking about t-shirts. I started out in the t-shirt business not knowing what the heck I was doing. All I knew was that I wanted to do these t-shirts and that they were going to be for women and they were going to say something about confidence. I didn't even connect the puzzle pieces that these t-shirts was going to tie into this big corporation and helping women to develop and rediscover their confidence. But because I started taking those steps in the right direction, that puzzle piece of the t-shirt led me into this, to that. Now it's a whole corporation of confidence. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, God will blow your mind if you
Yeah.
let him, and don't be afraid. Because I was like, Lord, look, I'm not no fashionista like that. I love t-shirts, but I'm not no, that is ain't my thing, all that fashion. That ain't me. I'm gonna put on black and white and call it a day because I'm a theater girl. But
Mm-hmm.
so I'm like, you mean me? I'm supposed to do t-shirts. But little did I know, like I said, that one step led to step two, step three, step four,
Mm-hmm.
and now I have this big whole vision. So some of you are feeling lost because you just haven't taken that first step. You just haven't picked up that piece that's right there in front of you. That idea, you might say, I'm a writer and I always want to write children's books. Well, you haven't even started to pick up a pen and do anything. You're trying to get to the finish line without taking step one, two, and three. You see what I'm saying? That's what's
Yeah,
happening in success. Don't you think so, Sheena?
I think so. And like you said, the puzzle piece, once you pick up one puzzle piece, then you start seeing the second puzzle piece, the third puzzle piece, the fourth puzzle piece, like the whole puzzle come together. But all you have to do is pick up that first piece.
Pick it up, and you can't be afraid. And I talked about that on my morning coffee podcast about picking up those pieces. I bet y'all say, girl, you do too much. I do a lot. But anyway, but you have to pick up those pieces. And if you're feeling stuck and lost and like you're going around the mulberry bush in life, it's because you're not picking up the pieces. You're not picking up the clues that God in life is leaving you. The clues to open that business, start that daycare, write that book, make that t-shirt, go to school to be a lawyer. You're not picking up the
Mm-hmm.
pieces because you're
Mm-hmm.
scared. You don't know what's, well, when I pick it up, then what I'm gonna do. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry about all that. Just pick it up and keep going with it. Keep working. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, God will blow your mind. We none of us got in business and just be like, I know what I'm gonna do. We just knew this is the idea, but now we can see our finish line. I can't wait to see what 25 entrepreneur. I just think that name, Sheena, is so awesome.
Yeah.
When I think about that, and I think about all the work that comes with being entrepreneur, I'm like, yes, the 24-hour entrepreneur, because I'm sometimes I want to write some more hours in the day. And I'll be like, Jesus, I need, but it's just learn how to maximize the hours that I have, which is what
Mm-hmm.
24-hour entrepreneur does. Education, educating
Mm-hmm.
you to use what's in your hands. Come on, put them. Man, I'm telling you, don't put no
Use the
business idea before
resources.
Sheena. Sheena gonna be like, baby, let me break that down for you. Hold on, you need to do this, you do that. You need a T-shirt because she's a visionary. Can you talk a little
Use
bit
the
about that, Sheena?
resources. Use the resources that you have. Just like you were saying, okay, yeah, I have this business idea. I'm not sure. Use the resources that you have, because I'm pretty sure there's something that you have within your power to use immediately to get you started on your way, to get you started on your path, to get you started on your
That's right.
journey. You know,
That's
um,
right.
you have to make, I think, a conscious decision. You have to make a mental shift.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You have to, I'm sorry, you have to make a mental shift. What's his dad? Take him to his dad.
Yeah, you do.
Take him to his
That
dad.
mentality got to be right. Because okay, EJ, we gonna hurry up. I know you want your
I'm
mommy.
sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, you guys.
Hey,
Yes.
this
So
girl's chat. We have children and families, so it's okay.
you have to
Okay.
make a mental note,
Mm-hmm.
and make a mental shift in your mind and in your heart, and you have to like really consult God, talk to God about it, and then move forward.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we make the decision.
You need a minute.
Yes, is his dad busy? Hey, Dylan, they come open the door.
It's okay. This
24-hour entrepreneur. So I think that a lot of times we skip steps, like you said, we skip steps.
yes.
We're ready to give up, and I think that we just had a entrepreneur state of mind experience, and it was all about just getting yourself mentally prepared for business, getting yourself mentally prepared
Yes.
for entrepreneurship. And I think that even like you spoke about friends in the beginning and friends serving their different purposes, you have to like get quiet and get to yourself and make a decision that, okay, this is what I want to do. I want
Mhm.
to start a business. And then, of course, I want this business to be successful. And there are steps to making this business successful. But the number one step that many people, many successful people will tell you is you have to make a mindset change, a mindset shift. You have to
Mhm.
really train yourself to not think on a small scale. You have to train yourself not to think like, oh, not have like a give up type of mentality. You can't
Mhm.
have a fearful mentality. You have to really get yourself together because you are your backup plan when you go into business,
That's it. That's it. That's
you know.
good, Sheena.
And when you are your backup plan, that means you got a plan. You got to make sure, hey, okay, I want to start this business now. What resources do I have? What resources can I get for free? You don't have to just, I mean, of course, yes, please pay. You know, you can pay somebody to help you and to guide you, but there are so many resources that you can get for free to help
Mhm.
support you on your beginning journey.
That's it. But a lot of people just don't know. You know, while you're talking, I'm just imagining this because you're saying like, when you start off, how you have to shift your mindset. Let me say this: when you start to be entrepreneur, and this is something that I'm just kind of learning myself, and it's probably sad to say that, but it's just true. It takes an incredible amount of focus. It takes discipline, and I'm working on that myself. Like this morning routine, it's kicking my butt, but I'm determined to get up and get this routine because you have to have a flow. Because when you're gonna be successful like that, you're talking about multiple streams of income. That takes focus, honey, and it's tough. If you try to go to step three and your step one is discipline and focus, when you get to step three, he's going to kick you back to one. That's
Yeah.
how entrepreneurship works. Because you can't, like Sheena said, you can't skip the steps. And I think I skipped a couple of steps, but guess what? I'm
Me
playing catch
too.
up. I'm
Me
not
too.
lying. I'm just being real. This is girls chat, and
Yeah.
sometimes these days kick my butt because I'm like, oh, I'm tired, but I should have been preparing my body a little better than what I did. So guess what? Now I'm doing it all in one. I'm eating right, exercising, coaching people, and it's I'm juggling, but it's like my mind is focused now. Like, come on, girl, push yourself. It's a
Yeah.
lot. That's all we telling you.
Me too. I've skipped a lot of steps and skipped around. I
Yes.
skipped a lot of steps and had to go back. And even now, going back to just realize, okay, you know what? I need to work more in this area. I need to work more
Mhm.
in that area, especially when you're an entrepreneur. You have multiple ideas, different things that you want to
Mhm.
do, how you want to do it. And we don't give ourselves enough credit and we don't give ourselves enough time. Sometimes you got to learn
Mhm.
how to, when I say like the mind shift change, I mean, you got to learn, like you said, discipline. You got to learn patience. And these are not just things to deal with other people. These are things to deal with yourself, to deal with your own
Yes.
thoughts, to deal with
Yes.
your own, giving up. You got to be like, okay, you got to be able to stick in sticky situations.
Yes.
You
You
got to
gotta
be
get
able,
back in the game, like my girl Ten Tafe say.
yes,
In
get
the
back
game
in
to
the game.
coach. You gotta get
Yes.
back in that game.
Yes, exactly. You got to get back in the game and you got to develop a tough skin and not allow people to, not allow certain friends who don't serve 100 purposes in your life to have you discouraged.
Right.
Sometimes if it's just you with your
Absolutely.
own support standing there in a puddle of tears and,
Hmm.
anxiety, sometimes that's just what it takes.
Man, I'm telling you, especially if you hard on yourself, because I know I'm tough on myself.
Mhm.
I'm like, girl, you did not do what you needed to do today. So I go to bed with that on my mind while I used to. But now I just kind of cast those cares over on God. I be like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not perfect. I had to shake the perfectionism thing because I'm not perfect and I have to allow myself to still grow. And so
Yeah.
now, even in my imperfections, it's taught me how to structure my business because now with Divas Incorporated, there's like three phases. Some people have to come in on the mentorship level because
Mhm.
you're not ready to operate a business because you don't even know who you are. So sometimes you have to come in at step one. And I think when I first started off, I was starting everybody in the same
Right.
pool. I had to
Right.
learn, hey, no, no, ma'am. See, you trying to make these people be you because your work ethic is go, go, go. But we got to back up here
Yeah.
because you were not always you. And so I had to
Yeah.
stop and say,
Wow.
okay, some people come in at the first level, which is the mentorship, and then some people know who they are. They ready to roll. We can come right in. I can consult you. Let's take that leap. Let's do it. And for some people already well established when they come to me and they just need marketing. And so then we start at phase three. But that was in my imperfections that I learned that. So embrace, don't let your imperfections break you.
Right.
Like take those things and journal those things and say, okay, I should have done this different. I should have done that different. So now you have it. You're self-developing. Now I can reach back and turn around and say, no, ma'am, you're not ready to start that business. We're going to step one. You see what I'm saying? Every
Yeah.
step, every step matters. So don't be, I just feel like somebody need to hear that. Don't be
Yeah.
so tough on yourself. It's
Don't be
okay.
so tough on yourself. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
True. It
okay.
is okay. It is okay, because we all have to start somewhere. And
Mm-hmm.
my book, it's called The Christian Entrepreneur, and I talk about going all the way back to the beginning, forgetting everything and learning who you are and who God created you to be. Before you even get to the business part, who did God create you to be? What purpose did He put inside of you? What gifts do you naturally have that are inside? Like going back and just
Yes.
forgetting everything you thought you knew, everything you thought you wanted to do, and
Mm-hmm.
just taking yourself back to that vulnerable state and just looking at, okay, I'm not strong in this area, but I am strong in this area. And how that correlates to being hard on yourself
Mm-hmm.
is, okay, yeah, you can say, okay, yeah, you can spank a baby on his hand and change and turn him around, tell him do something different, do this better. But after you go hard on yourself, then look at, okay, now how did that make my brand better? How did that make this better? And that's an ongoing process. It's not going to be, oh, now I got it all perfect. You know,
Okay.
I mean, even multi-billion-dollar brands switch up their marketing after
That's why
so
they
many
that's why they pay
years.
those marketers thousands of dollars to come in and say, we need something fresh.
Something. Yes. Yes.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I'm
Mhm.
excited about your book too. I can't wait. I've already pre-ordered my copy, honey, and I'm ready
Yes.
to get mine signed, sealed, and delivered. Because you
Yes, I'm
onto
super
something.
excited.
You
Yeah, I'm
onto
super
something when
excited.
you say, this is the thing too. We're gonna get ready to wrap up so Sheena can get her
Okay.
baby. But the thing is, some people are trying to start businesses because you talked about the gifts and stuff. See, we
Mhm.
think God put these gifts in us for just because He felt like you get a gift and you get a gift. No, God is an orchestrator. You
Mhm.
have to learn that. So those gifts, a lot of times we try to start businesses outside of our code, outside of our
Mhm.
zone. See, God called you to be a teacher, but you over here trying to be sell cupcakes and you failing over there and it's like it ain't flowing and you crying and you want to give up. Guess what? You weren't supposed to be over there, baby. that's
Mhm.
that's another one of those puzzle pieces. So you want to know, start an entrepreneur, start with your gifts because God gave them to you for a reason. He
Mhm.
know, like he said, Jesus came so we can have life and have it more abundantly. Well, that's your abundance. Your abundance is tied up in your gifts. But again, if you're outside of your gifts, and you in somebody else's gift box and somebody else's toy box trying to play with their toys instead in
Mhm.
your own box, creating your own lane in your own
Mhm.
way. You
Yeah.
sad, you're depressed, you don't know what to do with your life, you want to give up, you want to quit. Oh, maybe this is not what God called me to do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So very true. Um, and it's so good. It's okay to start somewhere, but
yeah,
don't, the goal is to grow. The goal
yeah.
is to grow. The goal is to add. The goal is to change. And okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have, these are my gifts and these are my strengths, these are my talents. Okay, great. Okay, now I love to do this. Now, how can you facilitate and work your gift and work your purpose
Right.
in whatever you love to do?
Yes, and the people are already waiting on you. Sometimes we feel like, well, who gonna help me do this? And who gonna help me do that? I'm telling you, if you just start taking one step, you will be. If I would have never taken this t-shirt step, we wouldn't be right here on this
Right here
podcast right
together.
now.
Yeah.
I would not
Yes.
know nothing about no confidence and stuff, and no, I just knew I love t-shirts with sayings. I got a smart mouth, so I wanted to be a little sarcastic, but God used that sarcastic mouth of mine to kind of,
Mhm.
say, let's get some t-shirts with some attitude on it. Because, hey,
Right.
bam, I'm confident. And it just opens you up to a brand new world. But we're not going to go on now because I'm going to let Sheena
And
get
one
her.
more thing I wanted to say, it's okay to go at your own pace.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay to go at your
Please.
own pace, you know?
Yeah. Don't try to keep up with somebody else. Look, I'm on Oprah Trail, but I sure ain't start off like her. Now that'd be silly for me to go try to get everybody cars because that's what Oprah did. Because you know what the IRS gonna be like, girl, is you bouncing checks? What you got going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You got to
right.
keep it real like that. What I can give you is the wisdom that I have. I can share
Yeah.
that with you all day long. So I'm on Oprah Trail. She like way ahead of me, like way. But but at the end of the day, I feel like she said, come on, niece," because that's my auntie Oprah.
Right. That's your
So I
aim.
feel like
Yeah.
her saying, come on, girl. Like I'm up here waiting on you to come to the table, and I'm coming, Oprah. We're gonna be at that table, girl. I want to get in that
Okay.
bend, girl.
Yes, yes. Now, thank you so
Anyway,
much for having me, Miss
you're
Tanisha.
welcome, Sheena. Tell them where they can find your book, The 24-Hour Entrepreneur. Is that the name of the book?
Yes, it no, it is the Christian entrepreneur utilizing biblical principles to create a successful business. That is the name of the book. And if you follow my page, I will have a date for you to go ahead and actually purchase. I'll have an event. I'll have an event for our book release, but you can pre-order right now, so you can go on my page. And if you go to www.24hourentrepreneur.com, you can pre-order your book there.
All right. Well, this was a good girls chat. And listen,
Yes.
this is just an extension of what I do to spread some inspiration around. If you want to join me on Girl Chat, hit me up, send me an inbox, and y'all check out my podcast. It's called Morning Coffee Podcast
Yes.
Show. It's available on iTunes and Google Podcast, Spotify, and all those things. It's really good. We're doing something called the 5 minutes. What did I call it? I keep forgetting, Jesus. The 5 minute morning fix. And that's when I'm going to come on and share one scripture, one affirmation, one word of the day, and we're going to pray for 5 minutes. We're going to do all that in 5 minutes. It's going to help you to
Ooh.
start your day the right way. That kicks off September 23rd. So
Okay.
y'all be on the lookout for that. And y'all go purchase Sheena book so you can come to the book signing and get your book
Yeah.
signed because I want my book
It's
autographed.
gonna be
I want a
signed.
whole passage in mine. I want Dear Tanisha. I
Uh,
remember you when I was a kid.
right, right.
I'm just kidding. As long as I get it signed, I ain't gonna be like that. But anyway, we're gonna get out here and let Sheena go get her family. We'll be back next Sunday. I have another awesome guest joining me next Sunday at 6. And y'all again hit me up if you want to be on Girl Chat. And peace and
Okay.
blessings. Peace and
See ya.
blessings. Y'all. And I gotta figure out how to close us off on Facebook. All right. Thank
Okay.
you, Sheena, for joining me.
All right. See ya.